Here's what's coming up in today's Frontline compilation. Over open fields near Pokrovsk, a 47th Mechanized Brigade scout drone shadows Russian troops as small charges snap at their heels. How repeated nips from the air unravel a formation is the question this clip raises. A VDV assault team advances on Ukrainian trenches outside Bakhmut, one paratrooper gripping a captured soldier in front of him. From a helmet cam on a quad, a pickup leads down a mined farm lane. What a single buried charge does to momentum and nerves unfolds in a heartbeat. Ukraine's 15th Karadag Brigade lines up a Gred battery against a moving assault near Pokrovsk. Old rails, new tactics. Watch how a tight ripple of rockets can shape a field in seconds. This is real footage, no effects, just raw moments from the battlefield. Subscribe to stay updated on every Frontline report and stick around to see it all unfold. Let's get into it. Footage from Ukraine's 65th Separate Mechanized Brigade compiles FPV drone strikes on Russian vehicles and positions. The clips show the usual flow. A spotter finds a target, the pilot lines up, the drone dives, and impact follows. Engines, open hatches, and cargo beds are common aim points. Some targets stop after a first hit, others need a second pass. Locations are not named, but the ground shifts between tree lines, dirt roads, and field edges. A Russian squad arrives at a riverside post in southern Kherson. They pull a small boat to the bank, carry fuel cans and gear, then go inside the shelter. Moments later, a single round hits the building. The roof collapses and dust covers the area. Smoke rises from the ruins and drifts over the river. The men are no longer visible. Operators from Ukraine's 427th Rerog Regiment track a Russian tractor fitted with improvised armor. The vehicle tows building materials, likely for frontline work. Drones make repeated attacks to stop it, then return to damage the cab and engine area. Smoke rises as the tractor slows, stalls, and finally catches fire. The camera circles while the load sits scattered on the road. After several passes, the target is disabled and burning, and the drone pulls away. This video shows a Ukrainian recon team attacking a Russian position and capturing the soldiers as prisoners. Several Russians raise both hands to surrender. The team orders them to lie on the ground, then keeps them under guard. The clip focuses on the capture and control of the prisoners. Video from Ukraine's 60th Mechanized Brigade shows drones dropping munitions on a small Russian group. 2 soldiers are killed, and a third appears badly wounded. The release and fall are visible in several angles, with the drone adjusting over the target before each drop. After impact, the camera holds to confirm the result and watch for movement. The ground is cut with shallow scrapes and shell holes that offer little cover. Drone footage shows a large group of Russian soldiers on motorbikes driving into a mined area. The column moves quickly across open ground, then the first detonation lifts dust and bodies. More riders enter the same lane and trigger additional blasts. A few bikes turn aside, but the spacing is tight and the line breaks apart. Some explosions look like mines, others have the straight down path of a small kamikaze drone. Drone video from Ukraine's 47th Mechanized Brigade shows strikes on Russian troops in the open near Pokrovsk. A drone drops small charges and hits near them. The soldiers run and try to escape across the field. More drops follow and land close again. Some are hit and get injured, others dive to the ground and crawl. Video, released by the 25th Sieczyslaw Airborne Brigade, shows indirect fire landing on Russian positions near Pokrovsk. Rounds strike trench lines and small tree lines, walking in with short corrections. A drone likely spots impacts and calls the next adjustment. The fire mix looks like mortars and tube artillery, with steady tempo and short pauses. Movement in the targeted area stops as bursts hit the estimated routes. The sequence shows repeated strikes meant to hold the ground. Reconnaissance drone footage from Russian sources shows a disabled infantry fighting vehicle in open terrain. Several bodies lie near the rear hatch. Follow-up FPV drones arrive and strike the hull, rear deck and engine area. One blast sends fragments across the field, another lands on the roof and burns. The vehicle does not move throughout the clip. The camera holds to confirm fire inside the compartment, then backs out. The scene suggests the vehicle was stopped earlier, and the follow-up strikes are intended to prevent repair or towing. Helmet cam footage from Ukraine's 3rd Special Operations Regiment shows close-range clearing of Russian-held buildings. The team works room to room, using short commands and simple angles. Entry is quick, with a second soldier covering the doorway and a third watching the hall. Captured radios help predict enemy moves and cut off routes. Several defenders are found and detained or neutralized as the team pushes through. Helmet cam footage from a Russian rider shows him following a pickup truck along a farm track. The quad keeps a short distance behind as the truck rolls past ruts and brush. Without warning, a buried mine detonates under the truck. The blast throws dirt and metal into the air and stops the vehicle at once. The rider brakes and stays back while dust settles. The truck is disabled and sits at an angle in the road. Footage claims to show the Ukrainian 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade firing a handheld air defense missile and hitting a Russian Su-25 near Toretsk. The jet trails smoke and goes down out of view. Later, a Russian Hind helicopter arrives as part of a search and rescue effort. FPV drones are launched toward the helicopter and the team on the ground. Video shows a Russian Buk M1 air defense system moving along a road. A Ukrainian drone tracks the vehicle from above. The pilot times a small bomb release as the Buk passes under the aim point. The munition drops straight down and strikes the moving target. Smoke rises from the vehicle. A second drop follows to hit again as the vehicle slows. Drone video from a Russian airborne unit shows an assault near Bakhmut. A paratrooper uses a captured Ukrainian as a shield while moving toward a trench. The drone also drops small munitions on positions along the line. The man holding the prisoner calls for the defenders to surrender. Fire and explosions continue around the trench as the group advances. The footage focuses on the unusual use of a POW during the approach. GoPro video, likely recorded during the Kursk offensive, shows a turret gunner from the north side group behind a .50 caliber mount. Large explosions flash ahead of the vehicle. Inside, the crew is set for the assault. The gunner loads the .50 and then fires bursts toward Russian trenches. The view stays tight on the weapon and the forward arc. Drone footage released by Russian sources shows drones tracking Ukrainian vehicles in the Kharkiv region. In the first clip, the drone flies along the road for a few seconds to follow a car. When the drone becomes visible, the occupants jump out and run across the field. In the second clip, the same thing happens. The drone closes on another vehicle, people bail out, and they run for cover while the drone keeps following. The attack sequence continues. Russian footage attributed to the 144th Guards Motor Rifle Division starts with troops preparing a tank to attack entrenched Ukrainian positions. Once ready, the tank moves forward to the line and fires on the trenches. After the armor engages, Russian soldiers advance on foot. They fight at close range, clear bunkers, and move through the Ukrainian trenches. Video from Ukraine's National Guard 15th Karadag Brigade shows a Grad launcher getting prepared to fire at a reported Russian assault near Pokrovsk. Crews line up the rails, then a short ripple leaves the truck. Impacts land close together, throwing up dust and smoke across a small area. The camera holds on the impact zone to watch for movement. Footage from a Russian small boat shows a crew trying to stop an approaching unmanned surface vessel. Sailors point and call distance while the driver turns to keep the USV off the side. Small arms fire and splashes appear near the target. There is no helicopter overhead here, only the boat crew on the water. The camera shakes as the boat maneuvers and the wake builds. Russian media video shows the capture of James Scott Rees Anderson, 22, in the Kursk region. He is identified as a former British Army signalman serving with Ukraine's International Legion. The footage shows him detained by Russian forces and moved under guard. Later reporting in the same piece states he was tried by a Russian military court and sentenced to 19 years on terrorism and mercenary charges. A Russian all-terrain vehicle drives along a rough track with two riders. Without warning, a mine explodes under ATV. The blast flips the machine and throws the crew into the air. Dust and small debris roll across the road. The wreck lands in the open with no cover nearby. One rider lies still. The other shows brief movement before the camera pulls back. The shot ends with smoke and dust still rising over the track. Slow-motion footage shows Ukrainian Army aviation helicopters firing rockets. A transport helicopter, like a Mi-8, lifts over tree lines, flares, and launches pods. An attack helicopter follows with a ripple of rockets. Crews work low and fast, with rotor wash moving the grass and dust. The clip is cut for visuals, not battle damage. Impacts are distant and quick. It is a clear view of aircraft, weapons, and flight profiles. Drone video shows a Russian soldier in only underwear at a forward position. A small munition drops from the drone and explodes beside him. He stumbles, then walks away holding his side while smoke drifts over the trench. No other troops are visible in the frame. The ground is open and offers little cover except a low berm. The camera follows as he moves back toward friendly lines, slow and unsteady. Footage shows the Ukrainian 3rd Special Purpose Regiment flanking a Russian position. An adjacent unit fixes the target with fire while the team slips to the rear. The position is cleared from back to front, weapons taken, and prisoners moved out. One Ukrainian is reported wounded during the assault. The video focuses on the approach, entry, and quick control of the site. Video from Donetsk shows DPR-aligned Russian tanks driving through a ruined town. The tanks fire at known or suspected positions, while infantry move along walls and rubble. Streets are choked with debris and sightlines are short. The column pauses to fire, then rolls forward again. Return fire is unclear in the clip, only dust and flashes. There is no wide map view, just close shots of hulls, guns, and narrow lanes. The clip ends as the tanks continue past the camera toward the next block. Helmet cam and drone footage from Ukraine's Azov regiment shows an assault on Russian trench positions. Troops dismount from an armored vehicle, suppress foxholes, and throw grenades. A Russian grenade lands close to an Azov squad and explodes. Shouts are heard, but the team keeps moving. They clear trench sections one by one and silence the remaining fire. The view stays low along the berms and dugouts. Video shows Ukraine's 19th Missile Brigade, St. Barbara, repairing Tokyo launchers. Crews position vehicles, check data, and raise the rails. Many rockets launch in sequence toward Russian targets. The first rocket hit the area, and smoke and dust rise across the site. On-screen notes put the system's range at about 120 kilometers. Reconnaissance drone footage shows a BRDM armored car hit a mine and stop in a field. The crew jumps out and runs for cover. The same drone tracks them as they cross open ground. Follow-on drones and artillery strike around them, landing ahead and behind. The men zigzag, drop, and get up again, trying to reach friendly lines. Explosions keep falling along the route. GoPro footage from Ukraine's 6th Ranger Regiment shows a gunfight in the Kursk region in March 2025. Rangers bound by teams fire short bursts and call directions. Russian defenders are seen down as the unit moves in. The position is entered, checked, and secured. The source claims about a dozen defenders were killed. That's today's raw footage. No effects, no fluff. This is M6 Archive, always first on the front lines. Subscribe and comment if you want more.